Yes, Priya, we can.
Hello. Yeah, okay. So here, up to here, we can that, right? Okay. It will takes to the brackets, right brackets, left brackets, and it will enter into this third loop, that is if loop. If top is equal to 1 minus 1, it is true because we are mentioning that we already given here that in top is equal to minus 1. Then the expression will be true. So it will print that right parentheses are more than a left parenthesis. Okay, if you give that what it means if you give multiple expressions, like if you give um, like this, um, okay, we are giving an another parenthesis. Okay, right parentheses are more than left parenthesis, it will return 0. That means if you give like this expression, if you give another extra parenthesis, then it will be written 0. Else if you're not giving like this, it will goes through temp is equal to pop, and it will okay, else it will goes to temp is equal to pop and temporary value is equal to it will pop the elements, right? And it will entrance to the another if loop, and it will match the parentheses if it is okay or not. Okay, if it is not okay, then it will jump into the mismatched parentheses and it will jump out of the loop. It will print the mismatched parentheses and it will uh, give you an expression like the expression has unbalanced parentheses, like that. Okay, I will show the another output about that. Do you have any doubts?
Yeah, this line number 65, I think. 65. Yeah,
65, this one.
65. I mean, yeah, that one. Match parenthesis, what does the function do basically?
In a match, we are already giving it's a not equal to symbol, right? Not like match
So, yeah,
parentheses temp comma. Yeah,
okay.
tell me.
So that is a user-defined function.
Yeah,
Okay. So that one, what do we do? That function. So that function would have been.
yeah, okay. I'll tell you. Uh, After entering the loop if loop, then it will first it will evaluate to the expression what we given. Okay, it will jumps to the expression what we have given, and if it is not equal, if it is, we are declaring already not equal, match parenthesis. If it is okay, if it is true, or if it is equal to, okay, how many parentheses we just equal to the another parenthesis, then it will jump from this loop also. If it is correct, if it is if you are giving an another bracket, like I'm giving the output here, a star b, mm, okay, okay. Here I'm giving an unuser symbol, and I'm declaring as a c, and
Give a
c
square
goes
bracket.
to the,
Give a square closing bracket.
okay, yeah, yeah. Here you can see that the mismatched parentheses are in the expression are a bracket and the square bracket. It
So
will
how
be
does that
printed
happen?
what because it was we are giving here, right, match parenthesis temp comma expression count. Here we are giving a one parenthesis. That means you can see the right parentheses are more than the left parentheses, or if the right parentheses are equal to left parentheses, then it will be printed the expression has balanced. If it is not, if you are giving like a one is a square bracket and one is a square bracket, it will goes to the these expressions, these loops. Okay, then it will mismatch the expression. If it mismatch the expression directly, then it will jump to the expression has unbalanced, um, like a
Uh,
bracket and square brackets. Okay,
can you just go to the top? So can you just see the code again?
yeah, okay, okay. Sorry, here we are giving the match parentheses, right? Then it will be declared like this.
Okay, so this function, this match parenthesis basically takes two arguments.
Yeah.
And only if both the arguments based on the condition telling if it's opening bracket and the closing bracket is same,
Yeah.
I mean both of the same category, then returns one.
Yeah.
Can you just scroll more down?
Here we are already declaring that match parentheses, the square brackets must be equal to the square brackets like that. So
Yeah,
that's why
that's
the
right.
output will become like that.
If not, then we are displaying the output.
Yeah. First it will match the parentheses and it will check out the parentheses that are equal or not.
So this code only takes the parentheses. So it doesn't take any other
Yeah.
expressions, any other
No
variables. Okay.
values. Yeah.
So Vishnu, would you like to add something to this?
Nothing else.
Actually, we can write another program. I mean, we can write a program in this also. Like means if you give an A star B, we can give a values. Then it will print out the value. If it is a wrong, it doesn't print it. It will print out some error message. If it is the right one, it will print out the value of the expression. You can write it that one also. But I don't try about that. If you guys want that, I just try to make write a program about that.
Okay. So here we are making use of a stack which holds all the parentheses. So every time
Yeah.
an opening parenthesis comes, it pushes into the stack, and every time, whenever there's a closing parenthesis encountered, it checks whether is it the same as the opening parenthesis, and also it checks whether the stack is empty or not. So that's where the top,
Yeah.
we are checking the condition where top is equal to -1.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, fine. Vishnu, do you
Yeah.
want to explain it again? You want to?
Actually, I need to work on this one so that I'll get an understanding. Until then, I can ask questions also.
Okay. So if you can guys give me just 5 minutes, just like the same way like previous program, I can give a small explanation as of my knowledge.
Yeah. Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, sure, sure.
I'll just explain my view also. You can guys take both.
Okay.
That'll be helpful.
Now stop the screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this was postfix expression, right?
Um,
Mm, fine. Let me leave this one. Okay. So let me take an example. So let's let the input um, be oh, let this will be sufficient, I guess. Let's take this as input, okay? So what in the basically what we do is we are having a stack, okay? So let the stack be empty. So the stack is empty, okay? So so how this implementation also, okay? So let's say this is my stack and my stack is empty, okay? Now on the I'm audible, right? Screen is visible, right?
yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna take this expression and store it into a variable called expression, right? That's what we have done there. Yeah. So okay, let's take this as the expression itself. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna iterate through each characters in this complete string. So this is entirely a string. We're gonna iterate through each character in the string, and whenever we are encountering any opening parentheses. So here, okay, if I just add even the brackets. Yeah. So whenever you're encountering this or this or this, we check whether the particular position at zeroth position, are we having an flap braces or a parenthesis or a square bracket? Okay, this is what we're gonna check. If it is any of this one, so we want to push it into the stack. So in the first iteration, my stack is going to become parenthesis. Okay. On the second iteration, my stack is going to become, on the second iteration is going to be here, and check whether it's an open parenthesis. Yes, it is. So we're going to push it again. Okay, this is my second. Now, third iteration, it checks for the, sorry, it checks for the third variable. So this is the third character, sorry. This character, it checks whether it's an open parenthesis. Yes, it is. That satisfies the condition. So it's going to get added to the stack. Okay. Now then the fourth iteration, since it is not open parenthesis, any of the three, so we're going to eliminate this one. And next, even this is going to be eliminated. This is going to be eliminated. This is going to be eliminated. So this is going to be for fourth iteration. On fifth iteration, it's going to be at the plus, so that's also ignored. So it's going to be same. On sixth iteration, it's going to be at B, again ignored, the same stack. And at the seventh iteration, when we asterisk, again it's ignored. And then coming to the eighth position of the string, okay, or the eighth index of the string, here what happens is again an opening parenthesis, right? So this will be pushed into the stack. So my stack is going to become, this is my stack now. Okay, moving to the ninth iteration, it's going to be C. Okay, so C, so this is going to be same stack. 10th iteration also same stack. Guys getting out, just ask that. 11th iteration also same stack, because this is going to be the C hyphen D. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. On the 12th position, we are getting a closing bracket. Okay. So now what happens is in the 12th iteration, it's going to first check the topmost element. The topmost element, is it the closing parenthesis for the present element? This is where we pass it through the match parenthesis function. Okay. So since this and this is same, what's going to happen is I'm going to pop this element out by using the pop function. So I'm just going to tell pop, and then what happens? My stack becomes these three elements. This becomes my stack. Next 13. Now again I'm encountering a closing parenthesis. Okay. Again we're going to perform a pop operation. Pop, what happens? Now the topmost element is this. Since this element and this element are same, now it's going to get popped, and my present stack is going to become present stack is going to become this, because I'm removing this element out. This is my present stack. Okay. And then, okay, we are at this position now. So again, it comes to the 14th place position. Again, we are encountering a closing parenthesis, and then we're going to check with the topmost element of the stack. If these two are same, then we're going to pop it. So since it's same, yeah, popping it. So my stack now becomes only this. Okay. Now coming to the last. So here, since this and this is a closing parenthesis for the topmost element of the stack, so it pops, and on the final iteration, again we're performing a pop, and my stack becomes empty, which means the top is equals to -1. Okay, this is what it is. So in case if any, okay, let's say this last element is not there at all, and still, okay, this is our last iteration, right? We come here, we check whether this one and this one is same, and in opening and closing, we pop. And still, if one element is left, then we say that opening brackets, opening is more than closing. Okay, this is this is one condition. The second condition, okay, this is one condition. Okay, did you guys understand this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, if in case the last is not there. Okay, that's one case. Mm, yeah, so let me put that back here. And if I'm giving okay, the other one is mismatch. So if you give it a square bracket here, then what happens is it comes the same to the same place here. You've got last one element in the stack, and we are coming to this iteration, and I check whether this one is same as this one. Since it's not, it's gonna print us mismatched parentheses. Okay, because this is not the match this. So this basically is known as the parenthesis matching program. So this is what is my understanding is. So similarly, if you're removing any one element from the beginning, that time what happens? The the closing parentheses are more greater than the opening parentheses. That would be the other condition. So did I make any sense?
I have one single doubt. I think
Yes,
this will be a crazy doubt. I think I don't know,
probably. Yeah, go ahead.
but if the opening bracket, how will it identify whether opening bracket and closing bracket are equal? I mean, like they both are
That's
same.
yeah. So what happens is basically we're gonna pass it through a function. Let's say that function is um, yeah. So bool check. So it's gonna take two characters. So char a, comma char b. Okay. So here what we do is we are gonna pass, and the character a we're gonna pass the present iteration element. So as of now, if I'm in the last iteration element, this is my last iteration element, right? Because we're running a loop through these characters in the string.
Correct.
Yeah. So whenever we're encountering a parenthesis, whether it's opening, whether it's if it's a closing parenthesis, we're gonna pass this element, and the top of the stack has two parameters for this particular function. Okay. So in this
Okay.
function, simple. If I tell if a is equal to an opening braces, okay, and the second parameter, that is b, should also be a closing parenthesis, right? So a simple condition, and if b is equal to
Okay.
closing parenthesis, okay, I'm just going to
Okay.
return
Okay.
true.
Understood. Got it.
The same way for the square bracket as well as for flower braces, we can make these three conditions. This is gonna pass it. We're gonna pass it through if conditions. If if none of the conditions are true, at finally we're gonna return false. Okay, and here at last I'm going to tell
So for all these brackets, you for all these bracket symbols, we do if condition
yeah, it's an if
for each and
condition.
everything.
Yeah, so basically that's how we're gonna check whether it's a matching parenthesis or not. This is the way we're gonna match. We're basically gonna pass it to a basic if condition,
Okay,
because
wait a
since it's
second.
an
Here I talk. The thing is, in the here, you have assigned some values, right? If a is equals to
yeah.
the round bracket, and b is equals to the other round bracket. The same way for the curly bracket and the square bracket, you use again two more variables, is it?
Yeah. So it's gonna be like this. So here we're gonna pass an square braces, I mean flat braces, and then we're gonna pass square braces. Similarly, we're gonna pass this too.
Okay, that will be nested if then. Okay.
Okay. It's not a nested if.
Mm.
It's just in like a sequence of if conditions. Nested if comes one within another. That is nested if. One within another. So this is just like a basic if condition.
Yep, yep. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So what
Exactly.
happens if I'm giving here as an opening parenthesis, for example, as an input, and here if I'm giving as square, and it first check for the A. So A is equal to this, and B, it is not equal because here it's an AND operator.
And operator.
And yeah, and also. So both this condition as well as this condition should be true. Only then it's going to return true. Okay, that's how you're going to check the parentheses.
Understood. Yeah. Got it.
Okay. Sorry, that is VS Code. Okay. This is the what do you call this? Parenthesis matching. So the another condition, it's like, okay, I'll just give you the last conditions. If the input is A plus B double. Okay. So this is one simple expression. Okay. This time what happens? So initially the stack is going to be empty. Okay. This is when the closing parentheses are greater than opening parentheses. Okay. So in the first iteration, we can tell the stack is going to become an opening parenthesis. 2 is going to be the same stack because A, all of these are not taken at all. So only we're going to take opening parenthesis and closing one. Going to be same. 3 also going to be same. And even 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Even the fourth one is going to be the same, right? That's all. So this is first, second, third, fourth. When it comes to fifth one, now we're gonna on the fifth iteration, we first gonna check whether we're gonna pass it through this check function. And since this one, and so this one be the one parameter, let's take A, and the top of the stack is going to be the second parameter. We pass it, and since both are same, now my stack is going to become empty, which means my top is equals to -1. This is what we discussed yesterday, right, Vishnu? I guess you remember.
Yeah.
Still the iteration of the this particular string iteration is not end. We still got one more. So in the sixth iteration, what happens? This is there, but the top is already equals to -1, which means the stack is empty and you've got nothing to compare with. That time what happens? It's just going to tell the closing is greater than open. This is the third condition.
Stack is already empty or something.
Yeah. So since the stack is empty and still we got one more element, and that is a that is also a parenthesis, this will be the output. So we have, this is one condition, mismatch parenthesis is one condition, and the final one is if in case the closing parentheses are lesser than the opening parentheses, that time that is the third condition. This is my understanding. So we basically want to pass this in the stack. We're just going to store all the opening parentheses, and every time we're encountering closing parentheses, we're just going to match it with the topmost element. If it's the same, we're going to pop that out. That is the procedure for basically the parentheses matching. Finally, after all the iterations complete and totally the stack is empty, after the final iteration, that means both the parentheses are matched. Only at the last iteration. Even before the last iteration, if it's empty, it's going to become an error.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, understood.
Yeah. So you understood, Priya? Was my explanation?
Yeah, it was very clear for me.
Okay.
This was Priya's topic, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just thought I also give some explanation in case you didn't guys understand. So Vishnu, is it clear now?
Good. Yeah, very clear. Good.
Okay. Okay, then I'll stop sharing my screen.
Okay.
Yeah, so let me pause. I'll end the recording now.